guys, welcome back for another video. So today we're going to be doing some mold making. Bondcrafter had sent me a couple of their silicone rubber makings for mold making, or what did I just say? Silicone rubber kits for mold making. This is a 15A. The kit itself is 16 ounces, so you get 8 ounces of the A, 8 ounces of the B, and then you get some more stuff in it. And so we're going to be doing this little jar here. I got this, if you would like to try this yourself, I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's a really cute little jar. They also had some pink ones and some red ones too, but I figured since I was going to get them to make a mold, I just get the clear and then I can make my own colors. I think it was $10.99. When I went, they weren't 40% off yet, but the closer it gets to Valentine's, it will probably be 40% off if you want to go and get you one of those. So let's go over and see what's in the kit really quick. Alright, so you'll get 2 of these little measuring cups here. It's got all the way up to 100 mils on both sides. And you got the silicone rubber itself. You got a pair of gloves, your instructions, of course. They give you a couple sticks, and they always give you these beads. Somebody said they were for something, but I can't remember what it was. So yeah, I don't know, but they're just a bunch of little beads. I just don't know what it's for necessarily. Okay, so now the 15A is your kind of like a general purpose type of silicone. It might be a little stiffer for like a jar of this size. Not sure, especially if you had like a bowl or a container to put it in that was too, a lot bigger than the jar that you're making. But I'm gonna try something now. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, of course, and compliant with food contact standards, I guess whenever it's cured. It cures pretty quickly. I've used it before several times. It's usually cured within 3 to 4 hours. It does really good about letting your the bubbles release very, very easily. Picking pad. What is a picking pad? I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up, because yeah, that's what they say for the beads. Picking pad, what does that mean? Anyway, so you want to store it in a cool, dry place at anywhere from 10 to 30 degrees Celsius, and it has a shelf life of 12 months. I mean, unopened, and then used up within 3 months after opening. But yeah, I'm going to go over and just show you some stuff, on how to use it. So we'll go over most of that whenever we're doing the actual mold. Like I said, we're going to be making this. I'm going to be pouring this in 2 different stages though, so we're not going to need both kits right now. So for any mold that you want to make, you need to make sure you prepare your master properly beforehand. And what I do is put some gloves on, and you take some alcohol and a nice soft microfiber cloth, and you want to just spray some on there really good and just clean it from any like dirt, debris, lint, or fingerprints. If you don't get all your fingerprints off or anything like that, it's going to show in your mold forever. And so everything that you make out of that mold is going to have fingerprints on it. So you do not want to be leaving any marks behind that you don't want to be in your mold. So I did kind of prep this already beforehand, so we should be good. What you want to do is, after you clean it real good, maybe get up under a light like this and just kind of look it over real good and see if you missed any spots, if you have any marks on there that you need to clean off. And do that with both pieces. I'm pretty sure I got it as good as possible. So yeah, and then you can either buy those mold housings and make your own mold housing and like put some resin tape or transfer tape or whatever under it, and then put a bead of hot glue around the mold housing to keep from the silicone pouring out. Or you can do like what I try to do most of the time, is use little Tupperware bowls. That's what I always do. And then I also use Cricut strong grip transfer tape to secure my piece down. And it also helps to where you don't get silicone up underneath here, because it seals around here very well. So it helps when you go to trim the line, you know, so you don't have as bad of a line with the hand cut line that we're always talking about with handmade molds. And then also what I do is, okay, so this one here I've used before. I've used these bowls several times for other mold making, so that's why they're kind of beat up looking. They're all, you know, because I'm trying to get them out, so I've used them several times. But anyway, so this is actually polyurethane resin, because you can see how the bottom of this bowl is not level, and you can't really make a mold out of that, you know what I'm saying? So what I always do is I take some polyurethane resin and I pour it in the bottom of the container, let that cure, and then you have a flat surface, and you also have a lid for your mold to keep the dust and debris out whenever you're not using it. This one is actually secured down because I just poured this one. This one I've used before, so it's not secured. But anyway, and then, so that one will go in there. This one's gonna go in here. And then I'll take some, or cut out your transfer tape in the shape that you want it, but you want it to be a little bit bigger than the edge of your master there, just because, well, you just make sure it's big, a little bit bigger, not much bigger, just has to be a little bit bigger. And then I take double-sided tape and line the edge of the transfer tape so that it will stick down, and then I usually put like another strip through the middle of it, just so it's you know, laying flat there. Okay, and anything else just yet? I think that's it. Okay, so anyway, and then when you put the double-sided tape on, make sure you do it on the shiny side. I've accidentally done it on the back, like the paper side before, not thinking, and yeah, I had to redo it. This is the part that's going to stick to your thing. So just be sure to pay attention what you're doing. Okay, Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you. Okay, so last maybe 1 or 2 videos ago, I got a delivery of Happy Meal from Jeannie B, and it was missing something, and I couldn't figure out why it was taking so long to get here. Go check the mail the other day, and there they were in the mailbox. So she sent me 4 of the long neck lighters because she heard my story of why I don't have the ones I used to have. So she sent me plenty enough to last me. So thank you so much for that. And I do believe these are refillable. So yeah, right there. Very cool. Thank you so much, Jeannie. All right. So now what we need to do is take off this paper backing. Oh, come on. I'm trying not to cut through the transfer tape and only get the paper. There we go. That's the right one? I think so. Oh, dang it. Come out of there. Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to position this on here where it's even for the most part all around. This daggone thing is always in my way to be able to do this, the phone stand thing, but okay, that's good enough. I'm going to press it down really tight to get a good seal around here. This keeps from the silicone from leaking up underneath of here too much, you know. We don't want it to ride up the sides of the mold though. We just want it touching the bottom, because that will definitely mess up the mold. It won't, the silicone won't be even, and you won't be able to, the resin could flow over, you know. Done that before, so I know. Okay, so then we need to secure this into here. So we're going to take off the paper backing. Always want to keep your gloves on the whole time too, so you don't accidentally touch your master again, because then you'll have to clean it all over again. You know what? You can't even see what I'm doing, really. The camera's up too far. But anyway, we'll just take all this off, position it down, and then we can mix up some silicone. And I'll show you a little trick I learned about making jar molds, if you haven't already seen my previous videos on making jar molds. Okay, we're just going to try know what? Let's just do it like this. Be easier than trying to position it down in there. Oh, I can't see. Okay, is that good? I think that is good. Make sure to seal the transfer tape down. All the way around. Hopefully this bowl is big enough to make this mold out of. It's pretty close on that side, isn't it? Ugh. It's gonna be kind of thin right there, but it's the closest I've got. You don't want to use anything that's too big, because you'll waste a whole bunch of silicone. Don't want to make anything too small, because then your mold will be too thin. Hopefully that's good. But we gotta trim this part off, because I made a mold the other day and this was too big and it went up the side of the bowl like that, and it made the silicone of the mold be too curved up, and so my the top of the mold that you pour into was lower right there. So yeah, okay, so we would definitely want to trim that up. We don't want our mold to be unlevel. I just really hope this is a big enough jar and I don't waste all this silicone. Or a big enough Tupperware bowl. Jeez, that's really skinny. If I move it over, oh, that's really secured down. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go with it, I guess. The well, it's wider up here, so hopefully that'll be good. Okay. Yeah, that'll be all right, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. Get this on here. Oh, I gotta sit down. I can't stand up and lean over like that. Hurts my back too bad. Now this also has a lip there where it goes in. So really it only needed to be as wide as this. So well, it don't matter because it only really needs to be as big as the lip that goes inside the jar, doesn't it? I just said that. So I'm going to secure it down really well. Hopefully I didn't have anything on my gloves, but I think I'm good. Okay. Just push it down. I don't want it to go up over though. On the edge of it, we just want it on the bottom. right there, which isn't leaving much room for a good seal, but because that ridge is kind of skinny, but hopefully it stays good and tight. So we'll peel this off again. Yeah, see, it's not getting as good of a seal as the other one did. Hopefully that does not cause any problems. Okay. So I go ahead and just take that out as well, or just try to drop it down in there. You know what? Let's trim up this, since I know it's probably going to be too big. I don't want it to go over up the side of the mold, or the jar, the Tupperware. You know, oh geez, you know what I mean, right? Okay. Hopefully that is good. Oh no. This is not getting a good seal. That's not good. That is not good. Because if any air tries to come up out of here, there's going to be an air bubble that comes up through the silicone. If the silicone tries to make its way in there, because there's not a good seal, it could make an air pocket come up through. I've had that happen before. Oh, what should I do? Should I chance it? Oh shoot, what am I doing? Stuck it down to the thing. Jeez, this is not working. It's not even wanting to seal down to the, what you call it? Look, it's going up. Oh no, I might not be able to do this with it on this one. Dang it. I don't want to have to trim that line or silicone get up underneath of there. That might be an issue. Let's try to get that to lay down, and hopefully this silicone cures up fast enough to where the silicone doesn't have time to get up inside or through the transfer tape and cause any problems. Because then I'll be remaking it. And I don't have very much silicone to play around with, because it's only a total of 32 ounces. Anyway, okay, well, I guess we're chancing it, and those are finished and ready to go for some silicone. So let me go, well, no, wait, yeah, let me get some cups and stuff ready and get the scales and stuff out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so with silicone, you can do it, or with this silicone anyway, not with all, but you can do it by volume or by weight. But the best way to do it is by weight, because just like with resin, one of them weighs more than the other one. So to get the accurate shore hardness of the silicone, the weight is best. If you do it by volume, it could be a little harder than it's supposed to be, or possibly a little softer. And so when it comes to silicone, I looked it up. The silicone, like the A, is the silicone polymer, and the B is the hardener. And so, like I said, before, the silicone 15 might be a little stiff for a jar of this size, so I thought maybe trying to make it a little softer by doing a little bit less of the B. Now, I wouldn't go too far, and it might not cure, but we're gonna try it. It should be, I mean, whenever you do it by weight, it's going to be a little different. I mean, by volume, the weight is going to be a little off. So, I mean, it should cure just fine. All right. So, let's do, I'm not going to do all of it right now. So, maybe I'll do, let's just see how much. By eye real quick, how much I decide. I was thinking maybe doing like half of it, maybe a little more. Why is my scale so stupid? This is a very, very old one. It'll bounce back and forth like that. But okay, I have it on ounces. So let's see what 4 ounces looks like. Dang it, still went over. Oh well. It's hard to get it perfect. Okay, let's do 5. That's barely over anyway. And then we'll do 4.8, I guess, maybe. How about that? Not too much difference. Tear out the, what you call it. Oh, this is going to be more than I probably want it to do for the first one. Jeez. Yeah, it's probably going to be more than I expected. Wow. I did not mean to do that much all at once. It don't look like much when there's only half of it. Okay, we're going to stop. And hope. Okay, there's 4.8 there. All right. Okay, let's put that away. Now you need to mix this for at least, I'd say at least 4 minutes. I'm going to use my thing here because I can't do it by hand. My wrist and stuff's hurting too bad. You can, if you would like to, you can put colorant in it. You can use mica, or you can use like silicone colorant. Probably could use that, the colorant that comes in like the flex rubber and stuff like that. I mean, that's silicone pigment, so. But for this one, I'm not gonna color it this time. So you'll make sure you scrape the bottom of your cup, the sides of your cup, just like you do with resin. Make sure it's all incorporated really good. Oh. Now the best way, like if you don't have like a vacuum chamber or a debubble or anything, you want to mix it slowly, and you, like whenever you go to pour it up really high, and the bubbles will pop on the way down. But from what I noticed before, the bubbles pop really easily in this stuff. I do have a vacuum chamber, so I like using it for resin and silicone just to be sure. But if you don't have one, that's okay too. Especially with how I'm using a mixing paddle. It's making lots and lots of bubbles in it, so I will use the vacuum chamber. But silicone degasses a lot easier than resin does. Oh, I didn't even check the time. Should probably set a timer or use the AI button on your hand mixer. I didn't do that. I don't really like whenever you do the AI button and it spins one way and then it goes back and spins the other way. I feel like it makes more bubbles when it goes back and forth like that. And keep hitting the thing there. I'm going to scrape off all the silicone that I can. Okay, so I'm going to go run this through the vacuum chamber really quick, and then I'll be right back. Alright, yeah, see, that the silicone degasses super fast in the vacuum chambers, so it degasses really easily. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pour a little bit into the bottom here, just to get a good base coat first. Enough to cover there. You don't have to do this the way I'm doing it. You can fill the whole thing up all at once if you want. Me, I'm gonna do it a little different to save some silicone and help it to demold easier. So now I'm gonna pour some around the edge here. And hopefully it's not too thin right there. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little bit. I'm not going to fill this one all the way up either for the first layer because, like I said, with the that transfer tape that's not like sticking to the edge of the lip under there really easily, I'm afraid that if silicone tries to seep up underneath of there because it doesn't have good seal, then like a bubble could escape out from under there and come up and while it's curing and make a big bubble in my like the bottom, which would be the bottom of the mold, because that has happened before and would make it unlevel and mess up the mold. So I'm just going to get a little layer at the bottom, let that cure, so if that does happen, it wouldn't completely ruin the mold and not too much of it would seep underneath of there, hopefully. So I'm just going to get a little bit in there. Now, since there is a lip underneath of there, I need to get something to make sure that I'm not getting any air pockets, like make sure that the silicone is getting all the way up underneath of that lip, just like you would do with resin, just the opposite way around. So I'm going to take this little hook here and see if I can't get up underneath of there. Make sure I can get out any air pockets. Something feels unlevel. It's rocking back and forth. Now this is just a looming hook. I do have them in my description box under tools I use on a regular basis, I think is what it's under. See, there was an air bubble right there. So hopefully I got out any air pockets that were underneath of there, and the silicone went all the way under, you know, to the lip. Hopefully. I don't know. What's that? Oh. See those air bubbles right there coming up? That's because the polyurethane isn't secure like this one was. And so there's a little bit of silicone leaking underneath of the polyurethane. But it's not going to be a problem. There'll just be a little bit of silicone underneath there. You just peel it off. But see, there's more. Can you see that? Right there. It'll just do that for a minute and then it'll stop. That's what I'm afraid of happening with this. Okay, well I still got quite a bit of silicone, so I guess I'll go ahead and fill up more in this area. her hair. Oh, it's on the outside, I think. Oh, wow. I filled it up quite a bit, didn't it? Okay. Alright, so with your silicone tools, definitely make sure you clean them off quickly. And if you get it on your silicone mat, make sure you wipe it up quickly because it can warp your mat. And for now, that is it. We'll come back in a few hours once it's good and firmed up, and then we'll finish it off. I will see you in just a second. All right, so this is cured now. It does seem a little stiff still. I have a plan if it's still too stiff after we demold. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I went on ahead and mixed up the rest of the silicone that I had in those bottles. I had 3.8 ounces of A and 3.6 ounces of B. So another little tip I'm going to show you that I do when I make jar molds. 1, to save on silicone, and 2, to help the demold process. So the whole reason why I poured in a layer right here is because I'm going to put a jar of these rocks, stones, whatever you want to do. I just take a little plastic jar here and stick it in the middle. Try to get it, I'll have to pull it over here. I'm going to try to get it as centered as possible. I got to be able to look over top of it though. I can't do it with that stand in my way, the ring light. So I got enough room around the front right there and on the sides where I won't have any holes in the silicone. So I'll sit right there, and I'm going to pour some more silicone over top of it. I do, in case it's not enough, I have another bottle of it if it's really not enough. But I have this whole big bag of chopped up silicone pieces. This was a mold that I made, my very first mold, when shortly after I started doing resin. It did not work out very well, so I chopped it up in little bitty pieces, and you can use it in your molds to fill if you don't have enough silicone, so it doesn't go to waste. So I do have that if we need it, but I also have another kit that I can use. Also, another thing you want to do is, if possible, have a couple other things made on the side, so that if you make too much silicone, you can still use it to make something else, because otherwise you don't have time to worry about that when you got silicone mixed up. So I have a few items over the side here. This one usually takes about 3 ounces to make, I think. This one about an ounce and a half. I can't remember actually. Anyway, let's just go on ahead and do this real quick. Oh, there's something in there. It don't matter. It ain't gonna cause any problems or anything, but it's just whatever. Can I get it or not? Okay, yeah, I can. Alrighty, so now we're just gonna fill it up. And you want to have a good amount for your bottom. You know, you don't want the bottom of your mold to be too thin, and then it not be sturdy enough, or be too weak and it tear or something when you demold. More than likely, I'm probably gonna have to mix up more. But for now, we're just gonna worry about doing this. Once I see that this is full, I'll check and see how thick it is on the top. How much room, how much silicone I have covering the rim. All right. Let's see. Probably need some more. So, or I can fill it with my pieces. Well, either way, I'm going to have to mix up more, so I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? Because I'm not going to have nearly enough to fill that up. So I might as well just go on ahead and use some more of this. Okay. That deep looks pretty good. I'd say that's enough for that. Really. There's only a tiny bit left. Might as well just go ahead and put that in there and mix up enough for that, huh? There ain't barely nothing left anyway. Yeah, let's just go on ahead and dump it all in there. Could have just put it in that little flower to get that one started, but oh, I'm not paying attention here. Let me get a scraper. Let's see how that is up now, which it's already good anyway. But yeah, that's plenty. Don't need it to be any deeper than that, that's for sure. But hopefully that doesn't make it any stiffer than it needs to be. Okay, so let me go and mix up some more of the other kit, and I shall be right back. Okay, so I mixed up another 8 ounces because I was thinking use this and then go on ahead and make one of these. I'm hoping I don't regret using this silicone to make this jar, but you know, I knew I wanted to make the mold, and I knew I needed to do a video with this silicone, so I wanted to kill 2 birds with one stone, and I guess see if it was possible to make a mold like this with this silicone. So we shall see. But just in case, maybe we'll also do one of these. Like I said, it's always good to have something on the side in case you make too much. So you can have like something small like this, or get something to where you can like make a plug. You know what I'm saying? You can always use a plug for like tea lights and stuff. I've made plugs out of my silicone cups here. I've made plugs. I've made molds out of my silicone cups. This right here is the back of a jar mold. Got hair on in it. Don't matter though. These are really nice to make molds out of. Like, they got a square shaped one, they got an octagon shaped one, and these are nice because it won't, well, in my case, I've never had one fuse to this, but it also demolds really easily because the silicone is flexible, you know. So now there's always a chance it can fuse though, so don't be yelling at me if you try it and yours does fuse. But I've never had one fuse, and I've used these several times to make molds out of, and my silicone cups as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and fill this one up here. I'm just going to pour right over top of this so it gets into all that detail that's on the mold, you know. And even if that one is too hard to get out, this one would be just fine, because you could even use this not even just for the jar lid. I thought this, if you didn't fill it up all the way, you can make this into like a plaque or an ornament or something. Take one of the hole makers and stick it right there in the mold and fill it up and make an ornament or something to hang on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Multi-purpose, multi-use. And hey, if I can demold some of those into resin molds, that one should be a piece of cake too. So, not two. Some of them are really, really hard to demold, and I still managed to figure it out. So, I think I can manage to get that out as well. Okay, so it looks like it's covered. Let's see how deep it is. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks like plenty. So we will move that out of the way. You know what? This mat here isn't always level in all areas. I'm pretty sure it's level over here. It's not level up there and over in this corner over here. Not sure why. It's a glass heat plate, but for some reason, all of this is level. That over there is not. Very odd. I guess maybe the glass is warped. Heck, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'll move that to a different location here in a second. But I guess let's go on ahead and do this. Do I got enough? Let's see how much I got. If I think it's going to be enough. So I'm going to weigh how much the cup is. Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah. That should be plenty of silicone to do the angel and maybe even the flower. So let's go ahead and put that up. I made two of these before. One of them was good. The second one I made, I didn't put enough silicone covering the angel, and so it kind of sank in the middle of the mold. It made where it's not, the angels I made out of it weren't that level. They still worked, but it was really hard to like try to top coat because it was a little unlevel. So there's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure I put enough in here. And I'm going to go over top of the halo just to make sure it gets into that hole there and makes the little hole maker in between the halo and the head. So I'm going to take something to make sure the silicone gets down in there. And here. Okay. Alrighty. Now that should be good. Oh gosh, I'm nervous. It should be okay. I'll figure it out. If not, I mean, it's lesson learned, right? Lesson learned. But okay, so it is now currently 1:11 in the morning. Isn't it? Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Anyway, it will definitely be plenty cured in the morning. And so we'll demold the mold, let it sit. You're really supposed to let it sit for like 24 hours after you demold before you pour resin in it. So yeah, I'll show you how I demold everything, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so I'll see you in the morning. All right, guys. Well, it is the next day. Everything's nice and cured. So I'm going to go ahead and get these out. So let's get the little extras first. We're just going to stick a little something in there to break the seal on this. There we go. Okay, I just wasn't pushing hard enough. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so let's get the polyurethane off. And we'll get the tape. Oh, my hands. Oh, it's throbbing. This might be the day that I cut that bowl if I can't get it out. I've used it several times anyway, and I'm gonna hurt my hands even worse trying to pull it out. So it's possible I might be cutting that bowl off today. It's been so damaged from me making so many molds out of it at this point that it's about time for a new set of Tupperwares anyway. Okay. Oh, and definitely wear gloves when you do this, because you don't want to be touching the inside of your molds with your fingers and getting fingerprints all over them. Not so much this one, but definitely like the jars and stuff. I made it way too much silicone. It did not need to be that thick. That was probably the problem too. Look out. I made too much, but I didn't have anything else ready. I could have just made a plug, I guess, but anyway, I just went ahead and just put it all in there. That's way too big, but it's gorgeous. There's another one. I love this for like extras and stuff, you know. But there we go. Put that over there to the side. I'll do the same with this. See, the thing about whenever you first put your polyurethane in there, the good thing about that is it actually has a better seal than if you had already, like with me, I've already used this polyurethane to make 2 of these molds, and so it wasn't completely sealed down, so some of the silicone came down underneath it here, and now it's going to be more difficult to demold. I didn't really think about that when I was doing it, or maybe I would have just went on ahead and poured a new one. I did not think about that, because it does make it a little more difficult to get it out. Okay, I had to take a little break, and then finally got it out. What you can do, which I ended up doing, is I took a little needle nose bottle. This has silicone oil in it. Hold on. It's this. I just put it in here, and I just took it around the edge here and just squirted a little bit in there, and then went around again with my dotting tool, and it slid right out. I'll show you on the next one. But okay, so see all this that leaked underneath of there? You just take a little cuticle cutter. It'll just peel off too, but I like doing this. It gets a clean edge you know, but you can just peel it too. It's not that thick. But this is like a little knife, basically. Or you can use your craft blade. My hands are not liking me. I need to take a break for a day or two and just not do anything. But I got a bunch of new stuff in from Bond Crafter and from Laura, so, and from Into Resin. Bond Crafter sent me theirs. Did I already say this? Gosh, I can't remember what I said. But just in case I didn't say it, or I just thought about saying it. They sent me, and I had no idea this was coming until very recently, but they sent me a 2-gallon kit of resin. They sent me the casting powder and then 2 of the tablet squishy stuff that I didn't have before. The one that's like the sticky kind that has a little waffle mold in it. Oh, it's so cute. Can't wait to try those. And then I did go and order another set of the flex rubber because I have a little bit left, but I didn't have as much as I wanted. So I ordered that. I do got some more stuff coming from Bond Crafter that they said that is on their way too. I guess it didn't fit in that huge box. But anyway, they're so good to me. Y'all, they're so good to all of us. Like, seriously, like, I love their resin and all their products. I used them well before I even became an affiliate with them. But if you're able to get Bond Crafter supplies or products and you haven't yet, you really should try them. Not only do they have just absolutely great products, they're just a really good company. They're super nice people. They're really good to us that have a channel that are affiliates with them. They're just really cool. If you want to support like a good company like that, then that would be something I would suggest you try. Okay, so let's get this out of here. Wait, I need to get that tape off of here. Or can I just, there we go. Did it go up underneath there too? There we go. I don't think I took this out last time, or took it off of the transfer tape last time. This is exactly how I found it in my closet to make another one. It was already attached and everything. But yeah, so then you want to clean up anything that might be covering where, like the edge of your mold, like right there. Don't want that on there. But as you can see, that transfer tape made it to where you don't really have hardly any cleanup. Like, that's a really good edge there. Instead of having a hand cut line, no resin got, or silicone got up underneath of that. So look at that. Like the line here, it's not jagged. You don't have to cut nothing. Well, okay, that was extra. And it's perfect. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. For a handmade mold, that's for sure. It looks like I had something in the silicone, a little piece of dirt. But other than that, I think it's great. Perfect. This one's, maybe I didn't need to put as much in that one either. But that's okay. Now, I'm going to, well, did I get crap on there? Anyway, I'm going to put these up over there. And trying to tackle this. But look how shiny it is too. So perfect. Nothing wrong with it at all. Alright, so I did go and break the seal around here on both of them. I just took this little knitting hook here and just went all the way around. So I'm hoping it shouldn't be that hard to get out, but if I struggle with it too much, like I said, I'm just going to cut it. Oh, okay. There we go. Didn't have to cut it. Okay. So, there we go. So, that's like silicone that went up underneath of there again. Oh. I'll just pull all of that off. Now I did put silicone oil on the edge of here too, so I'm going to wipe it all off so I don't get anything inside like the mold, you know. Alright, just pop the polyurethane off. Stick that to the side. That'll be our lid for the mold. Oh no. Yeah, it did go up underneath. Did it? Oh, yeah, it did, but I don't know. It didn't go up inside of the heart. So do I need to, how do I need to cut this then? Is that, how did that do that? Is this my edge? I can't, like the, where you would pour resin in? Or is that up? Confused here. Is that something I need to make sure to cut properly? Hold on. Well, I already started it now. We'll have to see what's gonna happen. What, I think this part might not matter necessarily. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. That part didn't matter. It didn't get up underneath there. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. It did secure down properly. All right, let me make sure I don't have any oil on my fingers or my gloves. Ooh, yeah, that's a clean little line. Heck yeah. Yay. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now, it's perfect. Ah, awesome. Or, wait, there might be a little bit right there. Just a tiny bit that I might need to trim. Wow. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. So pretty. Oh, there is a bubble right there, though. There was a bubble under there. So there will be a little piece of resin. See, you see what I mean? That's a bubble in the silicone. So there will be a little piece of resin that will go up inside there that I'll have to sand or cut off. But for the most part, that's pretty daggone perfect. Just this one little spot that needs to be trimmed as well. Carefully. Well, this is what I'm talking about. Like I'm not very good at this part, so that's why when I found the transfer tape and seeing how well it kept the silicone from doing this, I've stuck with it all this time. Just very rarely will this happen, but I can just clean that up. I'll probably just do that off camera. I mean, it's pretty much coming off, but I'll check it out after and see how well. See, that is so cool. Wow, so pretty. Oh, it's almost perfect. Almost, but close enough to be perfect. I'm very, very happy with it at this point. Now we're gonna pour some resin in it after a little bit, and we'll see. But from what I can see, it's pretty darn perfect. Pretty darn perfect. Yay. And then we got this we can use as our lid to keep any dust and debris and dog hair out of the mold. Fits right back on top there. You can store it away. Yay! Okay. Cool. Now, I've kind of loosened this up. Just take your little tool, go around there. Like I said, I like to use the silicone oil. Just put it all the way around, squeeze a little bit in. Take your dotting tool, go around, kind of smear it all around. And then just basically rock this back and forth until it comes out. Oh, can't do it under a camera. Oh, okay. There we go. Perfect. Yay. This is I don't know. Let's see. Normally, if you don't, if you pour a brand new piece of polyurethane in there, it comes straight out. It'll pop out. But where this one was an old one, like I said before, the silicone gets up underneath of there. I'm going to try to pull this bowl back a little bit. Ooh. Oh, look. It came right out because it got stuck to the table. It just came right off. It suctioned down to the table, I guess because of this, and it just boop, popped the bowl right on off. That's funny. Okay, so let's just put the mold right back, right side in, and there you go. Lives to the mold another day. Ay. Okay, so let's get this off again. Pop off the thing. Ooh, easy. Oh, here I was worried about the. Oh no, I know. The bottom of this jar is like curved over. It's not like straight edge. So of course the silicone was gonna flow or follow that curvature on over. So this might not be. I'll have to trim this up, the bottom, probably. But hopefully it won't be that bad. Alrighty. Let's see. Let me get down where I can like see it eye to eye. See where I need to trim and where I don't. You know what? This might just be like the other one. It might not actually be the line around the jar. Okay, well, never mind. It actually did seal it properly all the way around. Let me wipe. When they get oil smears underneath of that. Okay, let's see how. You know what I thought about doing? If it was too hard, like too stiff, is taking a kitchen knife and just slicing this off where it would be thinner, so it would bend easier. We're gonna see how well I can get it out now before I do that. Like if I think it's gonna be really hard, I guess after I pour resin in it and it cures, maybe I can do it then. But I want to see how easily it can be demolded like this. Let's break the seal all the way around. I don't know, this might not be as clean cut of a line as I thought. Hold on. I don't know, maybe. Either way, you just don't dome it if it's not. Oh, okay. Not too bad, I don't think. The walls probably could have been a little bigger over here. It's a little thin, but... Oh, it's going to have a lot of suction in it. Oh, I wish my dad was here to help me out. Oh, my wrist. I do not want to spray alcohol in this. I know a lot of you, that's what you're going to say. But I don't like spraying alcohol in my handmade molds if possible. Especially when it's like I'm demolding the mold for the first time. They dry them out and it could cause problems with them. So I don't like to do that. Okay, so I think it's mainly the reason why I'm having the problem. It's just because of the suction. So we're going to turn it around, try to pull it away from that right there. Instead of trying to do it the opposite way, we'll pull the inside away. Pop it that way. Okay, I think it's coming. I think I finally broke that section. I just gotta pull it all the way around. Okay. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, it looks, well, with my hands, especially the past couple of days, I think, like I said, I need to take a break. But really, it wasn't that bad. The suction was the main thing that was making it more difficult. But I think it's like, it's soft enough to be able to do jar molds of this size and shape. You know, if you had one that was round and you didn't even have to have this extra thick right here and here, I think that would be even better, because it's really easy right there. It's just the suction you're worried about. I know I keep saying that over and over again. But okay, cool. That is awesome. I am happy. Now, as long as I don't have any fingerprints and I got my master cleaned off good, we should be ready to rock and roll and have a really, really nice mold. Wow. Okay, so after you demold a mold, you're supposed to wait 24 hours to pour resin in it. So I'm gonna hold off on demolding, or putting any resin in it right now. Right, well, it is the next day now, and so we are ready to pour in this mold. And since this is a Bond Crafter video, we got the Bond Crafter mica powder. They sent this to me a while back to do a review. There is a 24 pack here. I've went through and used a few of them. They got some really pretty colors in here. There's this green blue, nice purple. It's got some browns or bronze. It's got a nice gold. Another like a dark blue. It's got yellows or banana. It's got this really nice green one, and then some whites. Oh, and it's got like a fluorescent looking one too. So it's got a pretty wide range of colors in there for you to choose from, and you can get these on their website. That's a really nice green. It's like a blackish green. Really nice. So yeah, nice little set to choose from. So for today though, we're gonna go and use the watermelon. I think that's really, really pretty. I just opened it. It's the first time I'm using it. So, and also I used some Bond Crafter regular 1-to-1 resin. And just a reminder, I do have discount codes for them. So if you purchase any of their products on their like website or on the shop app, you can use my discount code, which will save you some money. And I think if you spend a certain amount of money I think it's over like 40 or something. Don't quote me on that. You also will get like free shipping and stuff. So it saves you a little bit, and a little bit is a lot these days, isn't it? That is really, really pretty. Look at that. Ooh, I like that. Look at that. It's like, that is really nice. Look how pretty. See all the like highlights and lowlights and mica? Wow, hold on. Let's move this a little bit. There we go. So I don't have to reach over so far with it. That is really pretty. And I don't think I'm going to make it like really opaque. I kind of like the idea of it being a little transparent in a way. It probably won't be once you get in the deeper, like the lid, but see how it's like not really, really, really dark opaque. Of course it is here because it's deeper, but I'm not going to put any more in that. I'm just going to leave it just as it is. Probably could put a little less in it actually, but okay, I'm not gonna mess around with it too long. The video is already pretty long as it is, since it's a mold making video, so I'm just gonna put this in the vacuum chamber real quick, or pour it and move on. So I'll be right back. All right, so I guess we'll start with this one. Now hopefully I don't get a bunch of bubbles in that little design down there. It shouldn't. Should go in there pretty quickly. I mean, pretty easily. I will go around this edge though, because there's like bubbles around the edge there. Okay. Ooh, that's really pretty. I love that color. It is really nice. I'm gonna get a bubble or an extra little piece of resin underneath of that where that bubble's at though. I'll have to trim that off or something, I guess. Let's see how well it gets into that lip. On the other underside. Oh, stop. Okay. Let's go. Oh, jeez. Up underneath here. See a bubble right there. And right there. At least you can see through it really good. It's very transparent, so that's good. There's a bubble right there. And, oh yeah, this looks like it'd be good for like molds for UV resin too, since how clear it is. Okay. Ow. Oh, wait a minute, I got that lighter. There we go. Better to use these on your handmade molds, isn't it? I'm gonna go ahead and dome it, I guess. Okay, looks like it's a little unlevel. It was either my table was unlevel on the mold or it's unlevel now. I don't know. Story of my life. Story of my life. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't even mention before, is whenever you're making the molds, make sure the table that you're curing it on is level. Or else it's gonna be unlevel. Okay, whatever. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, I just had the idea to maybe put a little glitter in it, to where it would fall around the edge there. Oh well. So I got out this diamond raspberry from Laura's Art Corner. I think it will match. Let's see. What do you think? I think so. So what I'll do is I'm going to take a little bit of this resin here. Said I was going to do it easy peasy and not get too technical or any extra going on, but here I go. I guess that's just the story of my life again, isn't it? Okay. Probably don't need... Let's see what that looks like. Just enough to fall to the bottom, you know. Go around the edge there. Will you even see it? Ooh, it kind of changed the color, didn't it? Does that match, you think? Or will it even fall? This isn't even a chunky glitter. What if it... What if it doesn't fall? Her glitters are not craft glitters, so they're not real heavy, I guess is what the... Or, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know she didn't use just regular craft glitters, and I've noticed a lot of them, even if they're chunky, they will float. So, yeah. Oh well. Whatever. Let's just do it. Wow. Static. Oh gosh. It's going up the sides and everything everywhere. So it's not gonna... It could be all over it for all I know. Oh well. It's alrighty. Maybe I should spray a little bit of... Actually, no. It's a handmade mold. We don't spray alcohol in handmade molds. Alright. Let's just fill her on up and see what happens. Gosh, that is really pretty. Really, really pretty. I don't know if I got anything to go down around there to make sure I don't get bubbles in that edge. I guess I can use this. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Let's clean off the edge so we don't have resin up there for when we fill it up, so it won't overflow. Hopefully. Now, that line is not perfect or anything, so I really don't think I should dome this one. I'm gonna have some trimming. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's a little unlevel, isn't it? Okay, well, anyway. What do I got left? Maybe 1.5 ounces or so. But, yeah. Oh gosh. I did not make it level. Look at that. Why is that? It's that part right there is what's... Anyway, I'll figure it out. I don't want to make this part of the video way too long, so I'll figure it out, and then we'll be back for demold. I'll figure out something to do with this too and surprise you. All right, well, everything's cured now. So for the extras, I put it in the new bow mold, and the mold I just made, and the one that's the same thing that I made previously. Looks like a bubble came up right there at the end. We'll check these out. On one of them, I put the glitter mixture that I had, a little bit of glitter mixture I had left in it. And this one I only put a little bit. And this one I put a lot more. So we're going to see what the difference is. And if it even looks good. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. It looks different in the resin. Or, you know, like that. Oh, I hope it looks okay on that. Oh, okay, cool. That's cute. Let's see this one. Oh, it's a little harder to demold since it's thicker than that one. I shouldn't put that much in it. Should have just made a plug out of the rest of it. Oh man, it moved. I was hoping it would just kind of stay in the middle, but that's okay. Maybe I'll put like something on them. That's weird that that glitter turned from purple to green, though. I guess that's why it's chameleon. Alright, let's check the bow out. Oh, that's pretty easy to demold. That's good. Oh, look at it. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I love it. Oh, that is so cute. I love the new rectangular rhinestones that they've been putting on different things lately. And the little pearly looking ones. Oh, that's adorable. So pretty. Too stinking cute, man. I love it. Alright. So, which one should we do first? Let's see how hard this is going to be to get out. This part's not that bad. The suction is the problem. Trying to get it up out of there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look. Oh, look. That wasn't bad at all. So cool. Yay. Oh, that was nice. Guys, I think it works for jar molds like that. You wouldn't think. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't not think it, but anyway. Okay. Oh, look how cute. Oh, it looks good. Oh, that's adorable. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look how cute. I'm glad I put the glitter. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, and I love how a little bit of it came up on the sides. Too cute. Oh, and look, it's so funny that that glitter on the side is that purpley pink. But you look at it this way, and it's like gold and green and orange and stuff. That is like true chameleon. So freaking cool. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. That's freaking adorable. Wow. And it's not too bad. That line is pretty good. I mean, you could take a little nail file or something to it and, you know, clean up that edge a little bit, but not really that bad at all. Wow, it wouldn't take nothing to get that off. Oh my goodness. That is freaking adorable. I love it. Oh, that looks so good. Yay. I love it. Let's get this on. There we go. There we go. Oh, not bad at all. Here, I thought I was going to have like this big thing sticking up. But, no. Okay. Wow. Ah, that's so cute. Look how pretty. It almost looks like a heart inside the heart. Look at that mica. That is really neat. Look at the pattern it made. It's like metallic-y or something. That is really cool looking. I love that mica powder though. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Wow. It's like, I don't know. It looks really good. I love it. That's the watermelon. Oh, wow. The mold and the mica is absolutely gorgeous. Ah, let's see how it fits. So pretty. But now I need maybe something. Okay, because now it's like you can see that it needs something. You know what? If I would have put the glitter down on here, it would have spread all over it though, not had an edge around here. Okay, well, for another video, I'm out. I don't know. I might take a like gold rub and buff or something like that, but I'm not gonna go, you know, into too much more because it was mainly supposed to be about the mold making, and I know that this is already going to be like 2 hours long with the mold making and the pouring of the mica, so I'm not going to go too crazy. But I don't know. Let me grab. I'll do a couple things. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished everything up. For the bow, I didn't do anything because I'm going to save this in case I decide to use it on another jar. And at that point, I will decorate it appropriately for that thing. Plus, it's super cute anyway. I love it. Okay, for the little flowers I made, I put some little flat black pearls on there. I think these are super cute. I like the pink and the gold together. Okay, and then I turned those into magnets. So those will go in the refrigerator for my Valentine's decor. And then for the jar, I took a gold chrome marker and just highlighted all the details on the top of it right here. And then I also added some around the pearls down here to tie them both together. And I think it's adorable. What do you think? I think the mold turned out great as well. And so, if you would like to purchase the silicone, the mica, or the resin, you can purchase it at their website. You can get it on Amazon too, but if you use it, if you buy it on the website, the Bonecrafter website or the shop app, you can use my discount code and it will save you some money. So, alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.